What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Hakai. I'm back with another one. So today we are going to be doing at least I'm going to be doing my anniversary tier list that I made here. So I'm actually going to leave a link to the template to this tier list because for some reason on tiermaker.com they took down pretty much all. I'm not sure if they took down or if I don't know. Most of the tier lists that were on tiermaker.com got taken down. There's only like one and it's really outdated. So mine is actually the only updated one on tiermaker.com. So I will actually leave a link to that so you guys can make your own version of tier list because I know some of you guys are always going to disagree with me no matter what. So there's that. So I'm not even going to waste y'all guys' time. Let's get straight into it. So we're going to take a look at Z tier, obviously. And Blue Vegito. Where do I even start? If you're playing Legends right now, you obviously know how good this guy is. Like, bro, it is not even debate that he is probably the best unit in the game right now. And usually I don't do stuff in a number order, but this guy just runs through everybody. He runs through everybody except for probably these two. But he runs through pretty much almost anybody. He comes in like straight up off the back, the most broken thing about his kit is not even that his damage. It's definitely his damage. Every time he can balance out between doing a decent amount of blast and strike damage as well because he is a strike unit. But every time he goes up against a blast unit, he gets 40% blast damage. Plus, he already has a non-cancelable 50% damage inflicted. So when you stack that, no matter who he's going up against, he's going to be able to do crazy good damage. But what's really crazy about this guy, what makes him so good, is his ability to have something completely new, is complete card redraw. So no matter what card that is set to come out next, because the system has it set up to where in Legends, or depending on who you bring into the match, certain units or certain cards. So obviously, if you bring a lot of blast units with this guy, usually you'll get like a more like blast type combos because you're getting you brought a lot of blast units. But you don't have to worry with that with Vegito. What happens is that this guy, he guarantees himself a new card, a strike card. He guarantees himself 2 strike cards when he's going into a combo. So when you think about this guy is always guaranteed to almost pretty much have a full combo no matter what. It's actually pretty ridiculous. On paper, when you read it, you don't notice how really OP it is until you actually use it for yourself, until you actually have to go up against it. It is dumb having to go up against units, not even units, because he's the only person who could do it right now. A unit who could completely redraw his card no matter what. Like Kefla kind of does that. She comes in and she switches blast cards to strike cards, but it's completely different with Vegeta. Like he completely just changed. No matter what he draws next, it's going to be a strike card, guaranteed. And so it's similar in a way like how Kefla does it, but it's a little better because. Let me see. It's kind of the same. Well, it's a little, yeah. It's a little better. It's a little better because Kefla, she can still draw a lot of blast cards after you switch her strike cards out the first time when she comes into the match. With this guy, for sure you're getting a full strike combo, and he does a lot of strike damage. Plus, he can balance off between doing both blast and good strike damage as well. Phenomenal unit. I'm not even going to talk about this guy because there's so much more I could talk about him, with his cover rescue, which honestly I'm not the biggest fan of blast cover rescues. I don't know. It's like units with blast cover rescues. I just naturally just forget that they're there because they're a little harder to time for me personally. But there's that. So I'm not even going. Look, man. I'm not going to talk about Blue Vegeta anymore. He's the best unit in the game right now. It's not really even much debate. I could really make a whole bracket for Vegito and just kind of put him right there. He's not, but I'm not gonna say he's completely unstoppable because he can be taken down, but he's just really good overall as a unit. Definitely worthy of being an LF unit, definitely worthy of being a second universe unit. But no more Vegito. Legends, I'm tired of y'all asking for Vegito. Gogeta, that's the next fusions I want to see. And the next few fusions that come out over the next 6 months to a year better be just straight Gogeta units. I'm so serious about that. But yeah. So next we have LF Green Vegeta. So this guy is just not Green Vegeta. Well, his color is green, but no, LF Blue Vegeta. I already talked about it a lot. Now I'm not gonna throw shade on the game press because it's ironically I made this template with the game press's icons, but they actually knocked him down to S or S something like that, or tier 1 they call it on their tier list when I feel a while back, and I was like, whoa. I'm like, bro. But do you know how good this guy is? Bro, I would say the only thing that's disappointing about him now that I actually put him is definitely probably his damage cut. With these new units, he's just not really, his damage, 40% damage cut is just not really all that good. He's still really, really fragile because the defensive stats are not really that good. But this guy just being a crazy hard hitter, able to stack his damage on every card that he used and able to drop his arts cost on every card that he used. Plus when you pop his man, he gets increased on draw speed and he's able to buff the whole squad. He's definitely worthy of still being in Z tier. He is definitely worthy of still being in Z tier. Really crazy unit. Really, really good unit. Alright, so here we have Zenkai Bears. Now, Zenkai Bears, without a doubt, with the Zenkai units, it's always weird to evaluate them because some people would not probably never put Bears here if you're just talking about Zenkai level 1, right? If you're talking about Zenkai level 1, for sure, Bears might just only be S+, but overall, if you're talking about maybe 3 or higher Zenkai level, sure, Zenkai levels, 3 or higher, or like 5, definitely Beerus is up here, especially since he's a good counter to this guy right here, Blue Vegito. All around really, really solid. Not gonna talk about Beerus too much because I talked about him a lot in a lot of other tier lists, and I think most of you guys get the just. Best thing about him for me, I definitely want to say his ability to seal main abilities. That's just so cancerous. That's really tough to deal with. Really, really tough. So there's that. Definitely really, really want to run him with Whis too, by the way, if you really want to optimize him to his full potential. So here we have Zenkai Gidbu. Here we have Zenkai Goodbu. I'm not going to really talk about this guy too much, to be honest, just because I think everybody kind of knows how good this guy is. He's a really good counter to Blue Vegeta as well. Both of these units are really good counters to Blue Vegito. So if you're tired of running Blue Vegito, I know people don't really like regen. They will talk down to you for running regen, but hey, look. This guy is a crazy good counter to this guy because he's able to tank pretty much any attack that Blue Vegito can throw at him. And plus, he has a locking for 3 timer count, so he'll be able to do some solid damage to Blue Vegito during that locking period. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty tanky unit, able to also output some pretty solid decent damage and just pretty much have almost infinite healing, especially if you're running with Super Baby 2. So here we have Zenkai Kid Goku. Not gonna really talk about this guy for too much. I think at Zenkai level 7, he's really definitely worthy of being in Z tier. Like at Zenkai level 7 or 6, you definitely can put this guy in Z tier. Now the thing is that with Zenkai units, like I said, it's kind of weird because if you don't have him, he may feel more just like here, maybe even here, if you don't have him all at Zenkai level 6 because he's good. I think what really takes him over the top, I think, is probably his endurance. His endurance is really good, and now plus he's a good last man standing unit no matter what. He can output really crazy damage. I try to not to evaluate everything on for damage. Like, if like we were talking about pure damage and everything, I'll put like Kefla and probably like she'll probably be one of the best units in the game. But damage is everything, so you guys gotta remember that. So there's that. But definitely worthy of being a Z tier, really solid unit. So there's that. So here we have S+, the S+ bracket. These units are just as good. Like they're literally just right under Z tier. So here we have Omega Shenron. I have him here. He's really, really good. I kind of slept on this guy at first because, I don't know, his kit felt kind of weird. But once you get to, like, use him in the right scenarios, like right when you're about to get your Riser Rush, his ultimate does damage to all 3 of your enemy's units, which is really, really good. I think the only ultimate that has done that, the last one I can remember off the top of my head is Majin Vegeta. There may be another person. Nah, they usually only put those on special moves. They don't really put those on ultimates like that. Yeah, so the only person I can remember who has an ultimate that kills, does damage to the whole enemy squad is Majin Vegeta. But this guy is really crazy, especially if you want to win another Shadow Dragons. But this guy's ability to have a chance of getting paralyzed, heavy bleed, and heavy poison on every blast and strike card he used, that's stupid. Plus, he able to output crazy good solid blast and strike damage if he's about to get his Riser Rush. That's really the best thing about this guy. And then plus he comes in at the beginning of the match and he guarantees you a Dragon Ball. So he's pretty much guaranteed to always have at least 40% damage inflicted, at least when the match is about to start. Really, really solid unit. His debuffing can be really cancerous and can be really annoying to deal with. And his green card is really stupid crazy as well. And his special, really, really good unit. He's really worthy of being here. I almost would have put him in Z, but I'll keep him at S+. I think he's just right where he should be. Kefla, I don't think I need to talk about Kefla too much. The mad gal herself, Kefla, she's crazy good, bro. Like, dummy good. Like, she's dummy good. She runs through teams like it's nothing. Her strike damage feels like on a rail sometimes, how she's just able to run through teams. I've seen it where people can just get straight, like, extended long combos with Kefla and just literally just knock out 3 units that, like, 35 timer counts, 20 timer counts, really, really fast. She's just so good, bro. But she's such a glass cannon. That's why I just cannot put her in Z. She gets clapped, bro. She even gets clapped by Blue Vegito, who is also anti-fusion warriors, by the way, if I didn't state that. So Blue Vegito he runs through her. No meme intended. But Blue Vegito just runs through Kefla. And I'm not even joking, bro. Like, of course, obviously, she has type advantages. She hits hard, so she could definitely, like, destroy him as well. But she's a glass cannon. Simple as that. But she's a crazy good strike unit. Comes in. Able to switch her blast cards to strike cards, which is, synergized really well with Blue Vegito's kit. Her and Blue Vegito are basically like the perfect duo together on the team. And they both have blast armor, which just makes them kind of really tough to go up against. So there's that. So here we have Murenzamasu. Murenzamasu is really, really good. I like him. I just feel like he's good, but I don't think he's doing anything special compared to the other anniversary units, in my personal opinion, right? He has a really no good kit, but nothing crazy that we haven't seen before, in my personal opinion, for an anniversary unit. But he's still really, really good. Has blast, increase our draw speed, health restoration every time he gets a blast card that goes up, which is pretty standard for regen units because he is regen. Best thing about Zamasu, I must say, where he's probably going to be long or have a lot of longevity, is just because he has a lot of team varieties and a lot of team builds that you could probably put him on. So out of all these units, I think he has the most tags out of all these units. So yeah, so I think that's going to give him a lot of value down the line. But outside of his cover rescue, which is for strike cards, gives him a damage cut. Like I said, he's not really doing anything much we haven't seen before, but definitely a really solid unit. Especially if you pop his ultimate, he's the last person to go up against. His ultimate pretty much has like one shot potential. If he's the last person in the match. Really good. So somewhat of a last man standing type mechanic. Not really, but just he's meant to do he's meant to be kind of like a late game killer, right? You don't really want to fight this guy too much in a late game scenario, but outside of that, nothing really too crazy that we haven't seen before from his kit, aside from the health restoration with his blast cards. So we have Yellow Super Vegito. This guy's really good. I don't personally have him. He's one of the few units in the game I don't have, but this guy is a monster, bro. And he really shines a lot more. When he first came out, he just seemed solid, okay, good. But now that he has some units to back him up and the future team has been completely reborn, you see where this guy is able to shine a lot. He just pretty much runs through everything. His special move definitely has pure one-shot potential. Really crazy unit. All around, really solid. I'm not gonna talk about this guy too much because I think a lot of you guys know what he really does. I think his special move is probably his biggest asset. Like being able to stack his special move as much as he can on I think it's every blast card, every strike card he lands. It might be any card, any strike or blast card he lands, he stacks his special move damage. I think it is that. Yeah. Like I said, I don't have him, so he's one of the few units I'm not familiar with his kit off the top of my head. So we have Rage Trunks. Now, a lot of people really like Rage Trunks. From what I've seen, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really too impressed with this guy. This guy is the only anniversary unit with full power Goku who I actually don't have, but I'm trying to make a good assessment here just off of me seeing his kit and what I've seen from going up against him. He's a solid unit, can tank kind of like. I don't know. A lot of these units are really kind of powerful. If you think like this guy taking a Riser Rush, this is not a thing. These Riser Rushes just do too much damage nowadays. But he can definitely tank a decent amount. So does that. But he definitely is really solid. Having the ability to stack his damage pretty much every time he gets hit or an ally gets hit. I think that's probably one of his best utilities there. Really, I think I feel like he's one of those units that may be just good for this meta because he is anti-regen and is it anti-regen and anti-future word? I can't remember off the top of my head. It's anti-regen and anti-God Key. I feel like he's gonna be good for this meta, but I feel like he's one of the units that's not gonna have as much longevity compared to the other anniversary units, in my personal opinion. But he's still really solid. Like he's like semi of a tank, and then you pop his main, and then he just kind of nukes because he gets 60% damage inflicted when he pops his main, and plus he can stack up his damage to 60% damage inflicted every time he gets hit or an ally gets hit. So he's kind of like a semi tank, then a nuker for like a few time accounts, and then that's kind of it. Still really solid. So there's that. That's my opinions on Rage Trunks there. So there's that. So I think he's just right where he could be. I feel like you can knock him down to S if you want to, but I'll keep him at S plus for now. I think he's really good. So we have full power SJ. So here we have full power SJ4 Goku. This guy's, bro, I don't have him, and you guys know I'm a big SJ4 fan, but I'm not gonna be biased here. This guy, but he's still good. Like he's still really good. I think he was probably one of the more underestimated anniversary units just because it's like, bro, a lot of people felt like they wanted it to be SJ4 Gogeta, which I already have a video on why I'm glad they actually didn't try SJ4 Gogeta for the anniversary. But this guy is good, man. Be able to stack his damage, 25% damage inflicted per blast card, plus he drops his strike cards by 4 per blast card he used. If he gets a full blast combo, it's pretty nasty, but I don't know, man. It's kind of weird with these range units, right? I feel like with the meta it is, especially with all these units with Blast Armor, Kefla, and Blue Vegeta running around, it's kind of tough for these Blast units. I ain't gonna lie, because his strike damage is okay. He can definitely pull out some decent strike damage, but he's still really, really good, man. He's still able to output some, like, really silly blast damage if you give him the chance. I still feel like GT needs 1 or 2 new units before they can become a super dominant team. I feel like they need like a Maju probably, and probably at SJ3 8 Go Tanks, not Go Tanks, Goku. Yeah, I think all that stuff is potential stuff that will make GT a better team. They're missing like just 1 unit, but this guy is definitely the green unit that you would want on your GT squad. I feel like for now, he's still probably going to be a little better on Saiyans, especially since LOE has just disappeared mostly from the meta. It's just fusions. So there's that. So here we have SJ4 Goku. I talked about this guy a lot in a lot of other videos, so I'm not going to talk about him for too much longer, for too long. He's just all around a really good unit. There was a point in time when I had this guy in Z tier. I feel like no, the meta has knocked him down just a little bit. He probably can keep it S+, but I think he's going to be still S+ for a very long time, in my personal opinion. Like, his ability to just come in, the straight 50% damage inflicted, he's able to put really good strike damage, plus he debuffs every time he lands a strike cards and make units take a lot more blast damage. So that's why he was always good to run with SJ4 Vegeta, because you get your strike cards, debuff your enemy, make them take a lot more blast damage, and then you go into a blast unit. That's why these two are kind of work really well together. Plus, they both recover 50 ki when they come into the match, so you're guaranteed to just go straight back into a combo no matter what. If this guy would have had increased our draw speed, oh my goodness, I would put him back in Z so quickly, bro. He is so good, bro. I feel like that's the one thing that stops him from being ridiculously top tier. Like, not really, he's still ridiculously top tier, but straight just broken for GT. I feel like they should have just gave him an increase our draw speed. Why not, man? Why not? But there's that. So those are my opinions for Goku. Yellow Gohan, I'm not gonna talk about this guy too much longer, man. Everybody knows about this guy at this point. He's a really crazy good unit. His green card is still the most cancerous thing in the game, in my personal opinion. Up there with Omega Shenron's green card. I think Omega Shenron's might be a little worse because it locks you in. You can't really do shit about it. This one, it just recovers ki, so he's guaranteed to go back into another arts card if he has one in his hand. But all around, really solid unit. Pretty somewhat kind of taking his first form. This maybe output crazy damage when he reaches his second form. He transforms into Super Saiyan 2. So here we have Android 21. Now, I low-key want to put Android 21 back in here, but I'll keep it here. You can keep her S+. She's definitely worthy. You can put her as Z tier if you want to. Because Android 21, I feel like, is still probably the best female warrior. I feel like she beats Kefla just by a short amount, just because her ability to constantly be healing, which is just a common thing with these regen units. But her ability, increase our draw speed, plus key recovery on every strike card. It's just really crazy. She could just do some really long combos as well. That's kind of the thing. Like, you see the norm with a lot of these good units, right? Everything is about just having units who can extend long ass combos. That's kind of like the theme here for this new meta that we're into. Everybody got to have some type of mechanic to where it helps them extend long combos. That's really the units that are dominating the most here, to be honest. That and the really super just tanking ones that like these two. Well, Beerus is semi kind of tanky depending where you have it. But yeah, all around, that's all I'm going to talk about Android 21 or Babe 21 depending on how you guys are feeling. But yeah, really solid unit. So Bojack here, I would have put him in Z tier, but your boy Bojack low-key finally got a nerf because Blue Vegeta actually has the ability to nullify his special cover change with his ultimate. Now, realistically, you don't really get it. The way I feel like they should have done it with just his main ability, but realistically, it's a nerf, but it's not too much of a crazy nerf. But finally, there is a unit that can actually shut that down. I feel like we were eventually going to need that because Bojack's cover rescue app, it makes your health go down by 15 to whoever you're swapping out from. It makes some health go by 15, but it's worth it, man. Because if you could save yourself from an ultimate, that's so much damage you're saving yourself from with this guy's cover rescue. Still a really good strike unit, still really good all around, but I feel like his cover rescue is always the reason why I held him in Z, and he doesn't, he got a slight nerf to that, so I'll knock him down just a little bit, but he's still a crazy good unit, still really good on movie team. But you play smart around him and try to time your drop combos. I guess you can get I don't know, drop combos are kind of weird in this, man. There's a lot of cover change units, man, special cover change units, so it's kind of tough kind of drop combo in this, man. So here you have Super Vegito. Super Vegito is definitely still a top tier unit, still worthy of being an S plus, as you can see. Really, really good. It's crazy to think that this guy he's a 1 year anniversary unit. He's aged so well to the point where he can still be ran with his blue brethren. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. This guy is just all around really good. At this point, I don't really need to talk about this. Man, he's a year old. Most of you guys know what this guy do. He's crazy, man. It's still stupid how he could take away attribute upgrades with his main ability. Not as broken as it used to be when the first year anniversary was around, but it's still pretty good that he has that. Able to do a lot of damage. Not really the biggest fan of his kit, not gonna lie. Not that I actually have him because I did pull him, but still a really solid unit, man. It's just really good, bro. he's really good. I don't need to tell him too much. So we have Super Baby 2. Really, really, really good. You're solid all around. I think everybody kind of knows what Super Baby 2 is known for. It's really his health restoration, which just makes him so good. Plus, he's anti-hybrid and anti-Saiyan, which is also good for this meta because, it's good to have that stuff. But, he's a support unit, so he's not really bent around damage. He's pretty kind of tanky, and he's a good support unit. His health restoration is just over the top for all these regen units because everybody on regen pretty much heals, except for Omega Shenron. He's the only recent regen unit that does not have a built-in healing. But you run him with Omega Shenron, it's still a good duo because Omega Shenron gets more effects, more powerful effects, status debuffs when he's ran with a GT unit. So really, really, really solid there. So here we have Zenkai Trunks. Now Zenkai Trunks, I know some people are gonna be like, yo, Zenkai Trunks is hella damage, put him in Z. I don't like this guy's kit. Even I know he's gonna be doing crazy strike damage at Zenkai level 7. I just don't like his kit. I don't like how he's still set up to where you have to still run him with a Gohan unit to see his max potential, in my personal opinion. I feel like Blue Vegito is still probably the go-to blue option, obviously. But if you don't have him, definitely you should run this guy. But I'm not a fan of how they built his kit, just completely based around Gohan. Like, if you want to see him really do crazy full potential, you want to run him with a Gohan. And I feel like in the long run, it's going to limit him, his team setup, in my personal opinion, because I don't know, you're just not going to be able to utilize him to the full potential on any other team outside of probably future hybrids. And there's only really one good Gohan in the meta. Well, two good Gohans. This one, and then future Gohan is decent. He's only really there for the death buff. So there's that. So finally, we're done with S+. We're going into S tier, then we're going to S-. If you guys don't know, I don't actually talk about the lower tiers just because I only focus on the units that are competitive right now, personally. So there's that. So here we are at S. So we have First Form Cell. Now, if you guys saw my collab video with Ida, you would know, like, this guy is really underrated, bro. His debuffs, if he stays in the match for, I think, 50 timer counts, you combine this with Rose's debuffs on bro, he just runs through teams and he gets warmed up really, really fast. That's kind of what his kid's based around. Him just getting warmed up really, really fast and just running through teams like really, really quickly. He's really, really good. Green card, I wish it was chainable into almost anything, but you can only chain to a special move. But it does heal him, so it is pretty well. So it is pretty good. This guy is really, really underrated. I think he's really solid on the future team setup. And I think you guys could have him. You guys should try him out, especially with Rose. He's a really phenomenal unit, all around, really, really good. So we have LF SJ Goku. It's crazy how this guy's falling from grace. He's a really good unit, still a good unit. Don't get it twisted, but the nerfs they made to tackle and stuff like that, not to tackle, but the nerfs they made to him, because they implemented tackle and all that stuff to kind of cut down on how powerful his counter used to be. He just will never be at the pinnacle of strength that he was before. It just won't happen because I think they knew. They overdid it when they dropped this guy. When this guy first came out, he had a tier of his own. Like, everybody, he's still notoriously known as Chiku, but now he's just, LF, Angry Goku. So, or Namek Goku, whatever. So there's that. So SJ3 Gotenks, really, really solid. This guy is such a good unit, man. If he wasn't a time transformation, he would be right here, probably next to the girl Kefla. No cap. But time transformations, I gotta say it, man. They always will take an L in my book. Time transformations always get a thumbs down. They always get a thumbs down. I'm always gonna give them a thumbs down just because of that. But his ability, he just runs through teams really, really quick because he's such a hard-hitting unit when he activates his transformation. Plus, he drops his strike card down to just 9, and he gives himself increased arch draw speed with his second main. Woo! This guy is a monster, man. You do not want to fight Gotenks. Gotenks literally just, bro, him, Kefla, and then Gogeta. If you manage to make one mistake, they all have the ability just to run through teams like a few seconds, like 3-2 time accounts. They're really, really good. But time transformation, once he goes back to the transformation, he's still not a bad unit, but it's just such a massive drop off in damage. It's just not the same. And plus, he's pretty tanky on He's pretty tanky in his SJ3 state, so there's that. So here we got Purple Form Cell. I'm not gonna talk about this guy because I talk about Cell so much. Cell is the pinnacle of all metas. This guy is, bro. Cell is the only unit in Dragon Ball Legends that has aged so well to where he can outlast so many meta changes. There are not too many units, or probably him and Super Vegito. They're probably the two only units that have been able to like stand the test of time so long in this game. But Cell has just done it better. Like his kit, it's just a perfect balance of everything. It has a cover rescue, 45% damage inflicted. It has a green card that can be chainable, increases strike damage inflicted when he comes in, and he pops his special move. Ultimate that does a lot of damage. Just the perfect balance between everything, bro. If this guy gets a Zenkai, oh, bro. Please don't do it. Don't do it, Legends. Don't do it. So we have Red Bardock. Red Bardock is really, really good. I feel like the thing that kind of holds Red Bardock back now is probably like his transformation takes a little while to trigger because I think he does have to have at least one dead ally or wait like 50 timing counts before he activates transformation. Which is the reason why I feel like, man, I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like there's too many transformation units now. I feel like there's too many transformation units now. And they feel like this, or certain teams they're good, but I feel like on certain teams they hold them back. Like Saiyans, they just need raw firepower because Saiyans are always getting shut down. Anytime Saiyans start dominating too much, for some reason LOE always just pops up back in the meta and shuts them down. So, but all around, that's only his really real team. And Saiyans is kind of, it's an iffy team. They have a lot of options, but it's not. There are also a lot of units that are on the Saiyan team that don't actually buff Saiyan. So it's a real iffy team if you want to run just pure Saiyans. But all around, really, really solid unit. And Team Bardock, Team Bardock isn't a real option. So there's that. So we have Zenkai Cooler. I know some people are probably gonna be like, why Zenkai Cooler at S? You can knock him up to S plus if you want to. To be honest, that's up to you if you want to do that. But I personally, I have my S. Zenkai level 1 from what I've seen. He's really solid. Like, he's a really good unit. But I don't know, man. These new units, if he's not impossible to go up against, he's really, really good, really, really good. He can output some really crazy damage, and he's really good on LOE. I'll knock him up to S plus. Not thinking about it. I'll knock Cool up to S plus because bro, he didn't even really need a Zenkai, bro. His stats were already still pretty solid. So the fact that he already had pretty good stats, he's already getting a really massive increase to that on top of he's just good, bro. He comes into the match, I know he drops all his arts cards by 5, or it might be ultimate to just special moves, I think. All around really good, because like I want to talk about this guy, but none of it's really changed for him as far as his Zenkai. He really kind of is like the same unit, just with some slight increases in there, and then a stat increase, to be honest. So there's that. So here you got Rose. I don't know, Rose, I don't know, he's kind of on and off to me. He's disappointing at times, and sometimes he's really, really good. I still think Rose's best asset probably is, without a doubt, his debuffs, in my personal opinion. Not going to really go deeper into that. So there's that. So here we have the final tier I'm going to talk about. We have S-. So we're going to go through this one a little bit quicker because these units are kind of messy. But let's get into it. So we have SJ4 I was about to say Gogeta. We have SJ4 Vegeta, really, really good blast unit. I think that's really is. He's so weak defense. He's a super glass kidder, but this guy shreds. He runs through teams. If he just runs through teams really fast because he's a really powerful blast unit. Like I think he gets 40% blast damage and then he gets 40% damage inflicted. So it's basically like 80% damage when he comes into the match when he's using a blast card. So it's just really, really, really good blast unit. But that's really kind of it. And plus he's a good support unit when his main ability because he busts everybody's special move ultimates and I think Awaken Arts, but not really units. Many units have Awaken Arts, so there's that. So here we have Ella Piccolo. I do not like Ella Piccolo and this Ella Frieza. I don't really like how they would design these two units. I'm not going to lie. That's just my personal opinion. Don't get it twisted. Ella Frieza is really good. You can knock him up to S, I guess, if you want to. I think probably with Cooler, he's a lot better. But I think without Cooler, I think he's probably just S- in my personal opinion. No, really solid, good cover rescue. But what he provides for the team is good. But I never thought it was good enough to probably knock him up like Z, like how some people are knocking him up. Just not mine. He just wasn't really all that, in my personal opinion. That's just my evaluation of him. So there's that. But I'm talking about Ella Frieza and Ella Piccolo together. So I guess I'm supposed to be talking about them separately. But Ella Piccolo, he's good. But I think what he provides is just him being another tank to the region team. But that's really kind of it. And then he kind of just like a pretty crazy nuker towards like the end of the match with his special beam cannon. Like he can nuke for a lot of damage with that. And that's just kind of it. And then he can do like some decent blast damage to like a purple unit. And that's it. But for regen, that's all they kind of, they didn't really need it, but no, it's good for another yellow option for them to have. But to be honest, you're still probably going to see Cell as the main yellow option for regen because Cell is just that good. He's a fucking boss. He does that. So here we have Transformer Trunks. Really good unit. I don't really like the time transformation thing. Said this 1,000 times already, but I feel like if he didn't have that, he'd definitely probably be up here. But all around, he's a really solid unit. Output, really crazy strike damage. Special move does a lot of damage. Really good. I like his regaining a new hand ability. I like units who regain a new hand. That's actually pretty cool. Like you could just be finish a combo, then regain a hand with his second hand ability, go back into a combo. Really good stuff. But not too crazy now in this meta. He's just a pretty heavy hitter. And that's kind of it. And then he acts as a good support, in Vegeta family, because he buzzed their damage about 35, I think, on swap. So here we have Go to Frieza. Go to Frieza is really good. Still the same killer. I feel like he's kind of aging a little bit just because the whole 60 timer count thing. If you have him a Cooler, like I said, like bro, Cooler is the bridge to make LOE a viable unit team in this meta. Outside of that, these new units are just too powerful, man. They would just shred through go to Frieza and this guy easily if you don't have the crit guy. Not really the crit guy, but Cooler to help him out with the damage with all the crits and stuff. But yo, I love Frieza. Really good. Really good unit. Just crazy blast unit and the same killer to this day. Pretty trash after 60 timer counts, but he usually can get the job done before that. So just keep that in mind. So here we have Broly and Chile. Really solid unit. This is one unit that really just got swept by the dunes of time. They're really good. Like the best thing about their kit is probably their green card, especially if you get the cancer attribute upgrades or get the ability to steal the Dragon Ball with their green card, because that's random effects depending on it's just kind of RNG based. But all around they're really good. I put some really damage once they get a few swaps in, and that's just kind of it. Good green card, and they're kind of just like Rising Rush farmers. I've used these guys a lot in like kind of like side missions though for farming Rising Rushes real faster. And I use them a few times in the challenge rushes as well. So there's that. So we have this red armor Trunks from the future. This guy is really good. Man, is he S? I want to put him at S. I don't know. I feel like what we're holding back a little bit is that he does take a little second to get warmed up. Like he does have to be in a match for a little while before you can really start going dumb crazy with him. I feel like that holds him back just a little bit, because nowadays like these units are just coming in straight into the match and just dropping people, and they just drop. So so for him to have to go through all that just to see his match potential is kind of holding it holds him back in my personal opinion. It is matter. These all these new units are just coming in and it's just dropping people. So best thing about him is probably that he's anti-regen. A lot of people may forget that. So he will be solid on Vegeta family if you want to run them to deal with a lot of the regen team. So there's that. So we have Purple God Goku, really good unit, all around pretty solid. Best thing about this guy probably is his ability to raise your cards to like 70 on a damage cut. And probably his green card, which is just really OP. There are a lot of units that are immune to that nowadays. Well, not really immune to that, but there are a lot of good amount of units that have immunity to like attribute downgrades like that. But he's still really good. Not enough to where you can just hinder him where he's unusable. But let's be honest, man, like Zamasu being on all the teams that he is on, there's really not much of a space for this guy on a lot of all the teams that he has. It's just a better option. So I had to hold him in here. You can almost knock him down here, but I'll keep him in here. Step aside. Buhan, the Forgotten unit from the 1 year anniversary, and the Forgotten unit who got replaced by his weaker brethren, Fat Boo here. But all around, pretty really solid unit. Right now, he's just kind of just there as a bench unit nowadays. Sad to say, but he's still really solid. Can put some really good strike damage, and also can balance out between the good blast damage. I think after a few swaps as well, he gets certain buffs based on every time he swaps out or swaps into the match, until also every time the enemy swaps out or swap into the match. It's something like that. It's been a while since I used this guy. I'm not gonna lie. Really good strike unit, so there's that. So here we have SSB Kaioken Goku. Really good unit. Real thing that holding back my personal opinion is probably his time transformation. Able to output really good strike damage. This is pretty much it. I think it's just as simple as that. Really good strike damage unit, like crazy good, but time transformation, and it's really short too. It's the 30 timer count ones, which are the worst time transformations of them all, in my personal opinion. So there's that. So here we have this guy, Fiku, he's just too fragile. I think he's just too fragile for this matter. He always was just kind of a weak unit. I'll put a lot of good damage for a support unit, but he's just too fragile. I feel like these new units in this new meta would just run through this guy because he's just such a weak, even by no offensive unit, support unit by his standards, he's just too weak, bro. He gets clapped, bro, like really really easy. Zenkai Gohan, really really good unit. I feel like with Gohan, right, with Gohan, right. I feel like he's one of those units that you need to get at a higher Zenkai level before you can see his true potential. I have my Zenkai level 1, and I don't really like. He does. I don't know, man. I don't like. I feel like they should have made it where he could recover ki with his main. I'm not. Does he? I don't think he does that. He doesn't. And then he has to still be a last man standing unit before he can really output any real damage. Outside of that, like he doesn't get any type of damage buffs when he comes into the match at all, unless he gets like hit a few times. I just don't really like his kit like that. Like as Zenkai level 1, you need to get him Zenkai level 2 or like 5 or 6 before he really starts to shred shit. There, he'll be like up here if his kit was like at that level from the like Zenkai level 1, but it's not. So there's that. So here you got Blue Goku, another Royal Universe unit that has stand this the Dunes of Time. Still a really good unit, still able to be a pretty solid tank for the first half of the match, and then just able to output crazy blast and kind of strike damage. He kind of balanced between good blast and strike damage late match. So a really really good unit. Outside of that, that's really just it. He's really really good, but he kind of gets shredded because everybody's running Blue Vegito and all his attribute upgrades are cancelable. So what happens is that Blue Vegito, he comes in, slaps the shit out of you with his green card, and takes away this guy's tanking and everything. He just runs through this guy. So still, it's kind of rough for him right now. He has no non-cancelable attribute upgrades, which is bad for this current meta. So there's that. And in the way his passive is set up, his damage his damage and stuff has to build up slowly over time, so it's not really good for him. So there's that. So here we have this guy, this transforming Vegeta into SJ Vegeta. Really really good unit, really good strike unit. That's really just it. I mean, I could talk about him more, but to be honest, at this point in his meta, that's really all he's going to be offering to the team. He's just a really good strike unit. Really good that he has blast armor as well. We need let me not say that. We don't need any more blast armor units. It's good for Vegeta Family. I still think he's probably the best blue for Vegeta Family right now. He's still really good, man. He's pretty good. So yeah, Charlotte. Obviously, this is SJ3. As I'm making this video, God Charlotte is not out, so keep that in mind. God Charlotte is not out. So God Charlotte, I'm predicting that he may be somewhere up here. Definitely whenever Charlotte, if it's another time transformation, probably here. If it's not a time transformation, probably here, maybe. I don't know. It depends. It depends. It really depends how they decide to go about doing his transformation this time around. How good he will actually be in my personal opinion. But SJ3 Charlotte, this is what this represents. SJ3 Charlotte is just S-. Really good, not blast unit, but just really good unit all around. It's just pure hard hitter, and that's kind of it. And he can tank pretty fairly decently, but his transformation is just so ass, bro. It's so garbage. So we have Blue Gogeta. The final unit here. Weeps in the chat for my boy Gogeta, man. They did him so dirty, man, this anniversary. They gave Vegito his animation against Broly. That's cold, legends. That's fucked up. Y'all know y'all wrong for that. Y'all doing my boy Gogeta dirty, but he's gonna have his time to shine back with another form when they drop that blue Gogeta and when SJ4 Gogeta drops. So as a Gogeta fan, we chilling. But all around, this guy is a really, really good unit. Really, really solid. He's still really good, but let's just be honest. Blue Vegito is just better. That does not make this guy a bad unit. But in most situations, you're going to run this guy over this guy. He's the easier user to use at this point in the meta, so there's that. But yeah, his special move still does crazy damage. Really, really, really good damage. Still able to output really crazy blast damage as well. And that's just kind of it where he stands on this meta. He is also the only standing anti-armor blast armor unit, which I can see is probably getting 1 or 2 more units like that in the future. Maybe the next Gogeta is going to be anti-blast armor because Kefla and Blue Gogeta, they're both anti-blast armor, and people are always running them together. It's tough dealing with these two bastards together on a team. It's like you don't even want to use a blast card. So there's that. So, woo! We are done talking about all the meta units. So there is that. That is this month's tier list, June's tier list, Sparking tier list. I'm not really sure how long I took them. I feel like I was telling for like almost an hour. But yeah, I'm okay with it being a little the anniversary being the video being a little longer this year because obviously it's the anniversary. What the fuck am I saying? But yeah, so is that. So I guess some units we can run down here. Still don't like this guy. Still think this guy is dirt. Green Gogeta got Did you dirty? Bunny Momo, really underrated unit. I almost would have put her at S, but in this meta, she will get clapped. This guy is just a tank, but not really good. Who else? Oh, my boy, my boy, my boy. They did you. Time has not really treated you well. Raditz, your dirt. This guy is just not really that good to me like that. He's only decent to deal with Kefla, but I don't know. His damage is so inconsistent to me at times, man. I'm not really a big fan. Only in 1 year anniversary unit, I just completely cannot really rock with in this current meta too much. But does that, let's see, does that, real though, they did you dirty. You're almost never going to have a team. Yep. There's that. So yeah, I'll show the whole list here. Yeah, so it's your boy Hakai. Go Last Guy for content. Oh yeah, go join my Discord. Go follow me on Twitter, all that stuff. Tell me what you gotta think about this year's anniversary tier list, second anniversary. 2 years of Dragon Ball Legends. Oh boy, the meta has definitely changed. Not too much as you would think, because to be honest, it's a lot of the same teams and a lot of the same units that fall under the same tags that are kind of dominating. But there's that. So yeah, I am going to leave a link to this template for you guys can make your own tier list and stuff like that. Obviously, like I said, like there's not really a lot of updated tier lists on Tier Maker right now as I'm currently making this video. So there's that. So it's your boy. I already said that. Go Last Guy for more content. Oh, yo, shout out to the Game Press as well for they're the reasons why I have these icons to actually make this template for this tier list. So there's that. So yeah. Oh man, second anniversary. Yeah. Yep.